What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be talking about how men destroy their lives without even realizing it, and also about how comparison is not actually the thief of joy. If you've heard that, you've been lied to. I want you to imagine this for a second. A man is born in a small town, in a small house, to a good family, and eventually he gets a job working at a local grocery store. He's very content. He's never left the town, and so he feels happy. He doesn't know what anything else in the world is like. Eventually, he meets a woman, and he's convinced that she is the best girl on the entire planet. Then, one day, the man starts wondering, what's outside of this town? What else does the world have to offer? And so he does some research, and he starts to see these massive cities with yachts, with prettier buildings, where the wealth is insane, the weather is nicer, everybody drives nice cars, and the women are far more beautiful. Now, living in a small town all of a sudden isn't as appealing as it used to be, knowing that there's so much more out there. The man starts to get uncomfortable, and now he looks at the woman who he once thought was possibly his best option ever, and he realizes that there might be somebody out there that might be a better option. Now, a lot of people will say that this man ruined his current situation by seeing what else there was out there, by shopping around, by looking and seeing how are other people living their lives. Are there more jobs than just working at a grocery store in a small town? A lot of people will say he should have stayed content. He should have lived in a constant state of ignorance in order to be blissful. The man slowly starts to get uncomfortable. And now he thinks there's more to this. I should go out and I should do more. If he had stayed in the dark, he would have been more content, yes. And he would have been more satisfied, possibly. This is where the phrase comparison is the thief of joy comes from. It's from this idea that's promoted by people that love to promote mediocrity. But do you want to live in that state of blissful ignorance? Because the truth is, everything becomes mundane after a certain period of time. Imagine you're living in the south of France and you're driving yachts around all day and you're jumping off the cliffs and you're tanning in the sun, eating a smorgasbord of fruit and meat and crackers and sipping on the best wine ever. If you do that all of the time, your life is going to eventually become mundane. That's how it works, all right? So sitting in this state of ignorance is eventually going to become mundane. It's not going to be blissful for long, because the truth is, everything over time becomes more mundane. So, do you choose to stay ignorant? I don't want to. I can tell you that from my personal experience, I don't want to stay in the same spot. Do you know what is the most closely correlated metric to happiness in today's society? It's not what you have access to. It's not the cars that you drive. And it's not even the family that you have around you. It's progress. It's how much progress are you making over the span of time that is your life. Now, since the man knows what the world has to offer, he's highly motivated to get out into the world and to live his dream and to become better. But it's not as easy as he thought it was going to be. He quickly learns that getting a good job, competing against other people, running a business, making money, They're all stressful endeavors. It's an arduous process, and it'll leave you very uncomfortable a lot of the time. The man works himself to the point of burnout and then eventually tells himself that he just can't take it any longer. And he decides to move back to the original town that he was born in. And he moves back in with his parents and he tells them, "You were right. When you guys told me, no, don't move to the big city. No, don't chase your dreams. You're going to fall short. Don't shoot for the stars. Just, get married to this girl. Go have some kids. Just keep working at the grocery store." His parents were the ones that wanted to keep him in the same spot, to keep him from growing. And oftentimes, it's the people in our life, the people that surround us, that encourage us, hey, you don't have to continue to push. Comparison is the thief of joy, man. Stop wanting to become better, dude. Just smoke weed with us on the weekends. Come out to the bars every single weekend. Let's just keep doing what we've always done. So when he moves back in with his parents, he tells them, "You guys were right. Comparison is the thief of joy. And I should have never tried to shoot for the stars. I'm going to go back to the job that I worked at, and I'm going to stay as low-key as possible." Now, that man adopts the belief that his parents also hold, and that is going to affect him for the rest of his life because he felt the sting of failure. Because things got uncomfortable, and he realized that it is way easier to live in ignorance than to participate in competition and in hardship. So what exactly am I trying to teach by telling you this story? Well, a lot of people think that having high expectations is bad, that having lofty goals is bad, because if you want something, then it's going to make you uncomfortable to try to get it. And I seriously disagree with this. I think that as a man, like I described earlier, it's very important to crave progress. It's very important to nurture the good wants, the ones that have you headed in the right direction, so that you can constantly be trying to get better in every aspect of life. The problem becomes when you are sold on the reality that setting these goals is somehow going to make your life easier, and that somehow it is going to solve all of your problems and eventually make you feel perfectly content. That's a lie. It's false. It's not true. There's only two different types of men in this world: the men who are sold on the destination and men who are sold on the journey. You must become a man that is sold on the journey. You are sold on what is happening in order to create the character that you want to become. If you are somebody who has decided to devote yourself to becoming better in every aspect of life, then you have to understand that your endurance, your pain tolerance, and your grit, and your ability to push through the bullshit is a skill that you develop as a man. When you go into something telling yourself that it's going to eventually make things easier, you are always going to be let down. That's not what it looks like to shoot for the stars. If your goal is to sit on the beach sipping mimosas somewhere, you are never going to have the legs to go that distance if you give up when you first encounter resistance. And if you decide that you are somebody who wants to want something, you want to want something better for your life, you have to be ready to face the challenges. It's the combination of high expectations and the assumption of instant and effortless results that crushes people's dreams. It crushes the spirits of men. Now, I want you to go inward and reflect a little bit. Ask yourself, what are the places in your life where you are poisoning your own existence with high expectations combined with the assumption of instant and effortless results. I can think of many things that the modern man engages with that meets this criteria. Watching porn. You're watching porn all the time. You think, oh my goodness, every girl is going to look like this. I deserve to have a girl that looks prettier than every single girl. I've never seen a girl this pretty in my life, but I'm going to pleasure myself to a reality that isn't mine. And it's going to immediately give me this expectation that women are far more attractive, that you can get out of women whatever you want, which is sexual gratification, without having to work for it at all, and that they'll just do anything that you want them to do. You don't even start to see them as people after a long period of time. It's just degrading. You see them as something that is helping you instantly gratify yourself. Think about the promises that come with fast money. Oh, you're going to make so much money so fast, dude. You're going to get rich so fast. Think about how harmful that is to go into some sort of business venture thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to get so fast, so quick from this. Think about that for a second. Your goal should never be to get rich quick. You're focusing too much on the destination. Your goal should be the journey. It should be, hey, I'm going to go and I'm going to learn these skills. Think about somebody who thinks they're just going to walk into the gym and do a couple of reps, do a couple of workouts, stay consistent for a couple of weeks, eat a couple high-protein meals, and then expect that they're going to look completely different. All of these things that I have listed off are a recipe for disaster because you think that you're going to get the results fast, or you're going to get something better than what you're actually going to get, and that is what ruins your life because you tell yourself that. You have an image in your head of what it looks like to accomplish the thing that you want to accomplish, but you haven't envisioned all of the hardship that you are going to have to go through in order to get there. That's why so many people fail. That's why their dreams get crushed, is because they tell themselves in their own head, whether they want to admit it to themselves or not, or whether they even realize it or not, they tell themselves that they will get the results quick, and that it's not going to require that much effort, and that it's not going to require that much pain. When in reality, if you want something great, you are going to have to work very hard to get it. And if you do not work hard to get it, and you do get it, you're going to lose it faster than you can blink. So make slow and steady progress. Commit to making that progress over the entire span of your life. Don't rush things. Take your time. Don't be a perfectionist. Continue making progress every day. Force yourself to do the actions that you know are pushing you in the right direction. But at the same time, don't constantly buy into this lie that everything is going to come so easily. Because if it did, everybody would have it. So use your expectations to craft the reality that you want. Don't let your expectations use you and destroy your life and your dreams in the process. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Make sure to drop a like down below. Drop a singular thumbs up in the comment section if you watched all the way through to the end of this video. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.